Greetings and welcome to episode 5 of my Napoleon Total War 3 France campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, where we finally bringing the remnants of this Russian army to task. Now we're hoping to push them away and indeed destroy them ultimately, and bring this sort of the first initial foray by the Russians, probably not the last indeed, into French territory to an end. And to that effect, we have brought Devoe here into full effect. As you can see, not a full army here, but building towards it. Now, there's been some wonderful advice here. Now, much of the advice is in terms of my strategies, my tactics on the battlefield. I agree with you 100%, my friends. It really has been left wanting. It hasn't been the finest of performances on my part, shall we say. So, the main thrust of the council's advice has been my cavalry sort of handling has been appalling. Now, I'm the first to hold my hands up and say, absolutely agree with you here, my friends. It has been appalling. Mainly that I'm using the cavalry in a way that's sort of unbefitting. So the cavalry, of course, is sort of the upper class, sort of the elite. And many of the council saying what you should be doing, Mallory, is holding back the cavalry and using it only to sort of mop up enemy forces that are on the run, or maybe to strike certain points on the front that know you can sort of unhinge their particular flanks, but not keeping the cavalry in the fight for very long, not tying them down, not using frontal attacks. I absolutely agree with that. Some wonderful advice on that front. And indeed, I shall from now on hold the cavalry back. Many saying, let the rank and file do the fighting for you. Let them, let the peasants in inverted commas really take the fight for them, especially with Napoleon in the army, because Napoleon will pretty much drive any army forward, no matter what the composition of that army is. And victory is pretty high percentage rate if you've got Napoleon in charge. Of course, if I'm in charge, that might drop significantly, but that's something I'm going to take advantage of, and also take to heart that advice will be used. That is, constructive criticism is always welcome, my friends, and that is what constructive criticism is. What the council brings to this campaign, all campaigns, is that, my friend. It's that constructive criticism of saying, Mallet, you're not doing it right. This is what you should be doing, and that's what makes sort of the campaign better, but also me as a commander much better. It is that, my friends. So I'd like to thank all of you for that. Also, that we should be looking at reorganising our armies so that we have specific sort of specialised armies. In other words, Devoe has perhaps, and I'll thank Henry for this as well. He's come up with some wonderful ideas here, saying Devoe could be filled with Belgian Fusiliers and Grenadiers from the city north of France, close to the Netherlands border, and the South Army could be replaced or filled with Sardinian Regiment and a guard from the islands. Marat could be filled with the best French cavalry, Napoleon with sort of guards elite. So we're going to look to start to sort of specialise the generals and have specific sort of units and compositions of the armies to deal with different tasks. And maybe bring out, make those, because of course you've got some of the finest marshals anywhere that have probably ever, Napoleon could be, and I know there's a bit of a debate, could be probably one of the finest military generals, commanders that's ever lived. I know there's going to be some debate of whether that is true or not. You've got like Hannibal, etc. That may be up there, maybe Alexander and that, but he's up there with probably the top 3 that have ever been. So of course, his marshals have to be of a certain calibre for him to be able to trust them to do the duty. So of course you're looking at some of the marshals are going to be up there with him, or not with him, but close to him at least in terms of their tactical ability, the commanding potential. So again, we're going to try and specialise in that. So I'd like to thank all of the council for your wonderful advice. Also cannons, my use of cannons in combat as well has been brought to the fore, and saying that I'm not reusing the cannons in the correct way. I should be interlinking the cannons in the front lines, and also using mainly foot artillery, so they are quickly to the front. Maybe using dragoons, etc., to sort of shield the army's advance on the flanks, shielding the artillery in case someone tries to strike it from behind as it's moving, as it's limbered up and moving to the fore. So again, we're going to take all that into account. Now, we've got a replenish and replace here in this particular episode, if we get the chance. If we get the chance, we will be replenishing and replacing here. Napoleon's army has taken quite a beating here, although beaten 2 full armies here, one Russian, one Austrian. We still are going to have to take a breather. Napoleon can, of course, drag many armies to victory, but of course it would help if the armies were full or near full strength, will of course prove valuable in the end. But we're going to deal here with this Russian remnants here. I don't think we'll take this fight. As you can see, it's fully in our favour. We want to move this this sort of episode on so we can start organising our armies. The composition, the units are going to be moved around. We're going to start looking at increasing the, because the council's also worried about what's happening down in the north of Italy here. We've got quite a strong Austrian force starting to gather there. Also, we should strike at Munich and Innsbruck and try and draw out some more Austrian forces away from northern Italy, because of course the one Italian city we hold there in the north is absolutely crucial trade hub, which we would lose a significant portion of our income if that was to be taken. So we are increasing the numbers in that army. So we've got a lot to do here. So we will actually deal with this Russian force hither. Of course, slow replenishment rate. We know this now. Let's deal with it once and for all. Now we send a strong message, sir. A strong message there to the Russians. They shall not be wandering around as they see fit. Now we're going to move Devoe here onto the bridge. Now also the council saying we should take bridges and crossing points and control them here, for example, so that the Austrians and that can't move. We've got another point here. We've got this remnants here of this force here, but as you can see, look at the flags here, absolutely tattered. I wouldn't mind to actually move. I think we'll move Devoe up to here, up to Heidelberg here, just in case we try and get a flanking force. But just to replenish and replenish. So we're just close to Napoleon. We've also got here Jean Ians here, General Staff. We are putting here, look at that, Michael Ney here. So we're going to try and put together a force and compose. You can see I've brought in, effectively I've just merged in another general, as the council said. That doesn't really sort of suit what we're looking for here. We can't just be throwing units in sort of willy-nilly, as it were, and hoping it's going to work. We have to look for composition here. So we've got Napoleon's armies. You can see here we've got some wonderful. I like to keep the veterans, if possible, in Napoleon's force. We've got some. The Mamluks have been looked at. They're down to 6. I would like to try and keep the Grenadiers de Cheval here in there, and also the Chasseurs de Cheval de Garde, and the Hussards possibly. Probably the Mamluks will come out. Also, Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte will also come out as well. Now we've got the Villegarde here, the elite. They'll stay in with Napoleon. The first Grenadiers will also stay in there as well. These Grenadiers Francais will also stay in. We've got a lot, so many of these armies will actually stay in here. We'll remove 1 or 2. Some of these line infantry we could possibly move to another army. And the same can be done here for Jean Ians here. Again, this is more of a force we're looking just to hold this particular Stuttgart here. It's more of a holding force. We do have quite a. I wonder if we can infiltrate, but again, we've already lost 1 spy. We don't lose another one. Could we infiltrate? Got an 83% chance of infiltrating. Let's see if we can. Yes, we can, sir. Now we can see what's in here. Oh, now that's a pretty strong 12-pounder they got there. 7-pounder. Got Grenadiers, light infantry, line infantry, lots of line infantry here. Elite, as pioneers. Grenadiers military frontier between I think they're guards by the looks of it. Militia. And they've got Hussaren, light infantry. Oh, they've got Austrian dragoons. Oh, and also the Cuirassier regiment as well. Now that's going to be a pretty brutal army under Johann von Kleinau. So Munich really is our goal, and to make that happen we're going to have to use Napoleon and hopefully have Devoe as well. So we can have Belgian Fusiliers as well. Would be an excellent from the border here in Brussels in Flanders. What can we recruit here? Oh, there it is. Legion Belge Grenadier. Oh, that would be a wonder, sir. I think we might have these gentlemen moving down to join the army here of Devoe. We shall take that advice of the council. the council's advice will always, but also the council also recommend we also invest in the economy. Now, many saying we know it's quite expensive, man, of this, but we've really got to invest in there as well. Now, the artillery not so much, but I have to try and we've got to try and drive down the cost of infantry units if possible. Oh, that would be excellent there. I think we'll invest in the musket factory here in Belgium, and also. Now, what do we have here, gentlemen? Oh, look at that. I think we'll have these Belgian inline infantry actually moving down to Devoe's army here. I think we'll start using quite a lot of the Belgian troops here, maybe having them as a specialty. So Devoe has a sort of a large contingent of Belgian troops, just to give you that sort of context there. Now, we've got Britain, of course. Now, we mustn't neglect Paris at all. We've got Murat here, and we should be filling many of his forces. So we've got grenadiers here, which we could probably move. Now, we've got heavy cavalry at Carrasco, so for that I think we might use some grenadiers, send the grenadiers down to Napoleon's force and the veterans as well, and we replace them of course with other troops. And I think we're going to have to send these to the sort of the eastern front, as it were. So again, we will send them down first to Strasbourg, and then from there we're going to take the council's advice, and I think we will replace them with, oh, look at the grenadiers, sir. Oh, look at that, what a wonder. So these gentlemen will be joining Napoleon, but not quite just yet. Now, of course, we have got the maximum complement we've got of these, but we do need to, at the very least, have some line infantry just to replace what we've missed out here in Paris. Now, I know, because we can't rely entirely on cavalry, we do need some infantry units. Murat will see additional. We can get Crassier. What can we get from here in Brussels? Oh, that's militia. Belgium line infantry. And here is all the 45th line, the 56th line, and the 12th auxiliary, the light infantry. Not bad at all. We can't improve anything else yet, just yet. We have to hold on to this city here, but as you can see, that is a formidable force here. Look at the guns they've got, my goodness me, they would tear us to pieces. We do have a powerful force here. Now, on Messina, I think we probably need some more guns, to be honest with you, but we don't have the ability to put any more in there. And also cobbled roads are going to be needed as well. But again, we have to advance to really... We'll just keep these gentlemen here just a moment until we can able to reorganise. We might send the Mamelukes into Devoe's force just to give us that cavalry complement. God, look at the morale there. I think we might send these gentlemen into Napoleon's army. I think we'll remove Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte here. Just send him up to here for the meantime. We don't need another. We shall move these gentlemen into Napoleon's force. I think we might just send Bernadotte here back to Strasbourg. We don't need all these generals in one place. Just keep them on the bridge here. Look at that, these gentlemen really are absolutely fantastic. We've got the Netherlands here, Netherlands forces, and here as well. Terrible, look at that morale. I think these gentlemen as well will join Napoleon as well. Once we get, yes, I think we're going to start really repositioning here Napoleon. We'll take out these Mamelukes. I know they got vast experience, but still. We will move in. Let's move them into here. The composition has to be absolutely spot on here. They've got a lot of forces. I think they're going to start moving up to Stuttgart to probably defend Stuttgart here. They do have some quite formidable forces here. We've got to be very careful what we're doing here. Hopefully, Spain might send some forces up to help us. That would be an absolute boon, but I'm not going to rely on the Spanish. They're allies of ours, but that doesn't mean they're going to send everything they've got to help us. That's just not going to happen. Look at the banking house there, 3,000 there, but look at that. That's something I wouldn't mind getting there eventually. Our income has dropped substantially here. It's a little bit of a shame here, but we've got to be careful what we're doing. To that end, I think we'll just stop that there for the moment. Just have these gentlemen, just so we don't tip this over into negative value, otherwise we will be in trouble. Of course, we're being absolutely hammered here by the British. We do have now an alliance now with Prussia, who are vast. And how is Prussia doing here? Prussia, they're at war with no one at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame. But if someone does attack us that we are not already at war with, then they will probably, hopefully, join us. But I think we can probably end the turn. We've got research now. A Grand Battery, here it is. Now, many of the councils saying about Grand Battery will give us access to some wonderful units here. So I definitely want to try and get that as soon as possible. At the moment, we're going for national census to give us that increase in global tax rate. That's only two turns away here. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here in and around Stuttgart. Luckily, we've got Switzerland, who's an ally of ours, and let's have a look at Switzerland here a second. Now they're at war with Russia and Britain, so that's good. So Russia aren't going to be able to move through Switzerland at least. The trade partners, though, are Austria. That's going to be a little bit of a problem there for us, but hopefully they can't go through Austria, Switzerland, Swiss territory. Ouch, they're getting hit pretty hard there, Austria. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. As you can see, reinforcements heading to Munich now, but... Oh, wait. Is that an Italian force? It is indeed, sir. But that's what we want. We need this to keep happening here. Oh gosh, they got absolutely beaten there, didn't they? It looks like this rebellion's going to continue here. Hopefully it does. Ouch, they're going to hit... Ouch. Oh my goodness me, that's going to hurt the Dutch pretty hard there. Now we've got the Austrians here moving into Cleves. What will Russia do? Now what? Okay. Now the Swiss. Oh, are the Swiss going to move against the Austrians there? And well, Spain. If Spain were to come and send troops to help us, that would be an absolute boon, sir. Doesn't look like they're going to send that force at least, but you never know. They are moving downwards away from us, which is a bit of a shame. However, we've got the Spanish fleet moving into position. Oh, they're taking care of the British down there. Oh, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Now that's more like it. Now we should be able to send them to the Classical University here, because we need to really improve and increase our and what will he do exactly? Gentleman scientist, excellent. And a scholar. So excellent there, sir. Oh, look at that. But we're not going to take anything for advantage. So we're going to have... So Devoe's going to see an increase in Belgian troops. And these gentlemen are going to be sent to Napoleon's force. Thus, we're going to take... The Mamluks have moved out here. So they're at full strength. Actually, they're not too bad here. They're starting to improve, but not massively here. I've got some line infantry, but I'd like to replace these line infantry if possible with some veterans, etc. What do we have in this army here? Any veterans? Westphalia, not really. No, I don't really want to bring those into it. If they're not up to spec, they're not going to be getting in. That's a fact. This army's more of a defensive army. We do have... Aha! We've got an additional... Now that's full here. I would like to bring some more in here. Is that... That's horse artillery. That is 12 pounders. We don't want to get rid of those, and that's hard horse artillery as well. I think we might remove one of these line infantry here. I know they've got a lot of experience. We'll actually send them to the Vaux here. And then this will be sent in here to the... I'd like to get some more artillery in here, just over that added fire support, as you can see here. And then bit by bit, pull in much greater degree of firepower in terms of the standard of the army. We've got this army here of Ney. Now Ney, I think we can probably take out the line infantry. We've got the veterans here, these invincibles. The Breton. Incomparable. I think I'd like to try and... I think we'll have a Ney having a sort of a mix of different troops just to have that composition here, but... Oh, that's excellent. What do we have here? How much is that? That's 1,200. What would it bring in? Plus 2 to town wealth, plus 3 happiness. That's not too bad at all. And it's down in the south here as well, away from any fighting at the moment. Got a drill school here, and a court plus 12 the bonus here. That's 2,000. That's a lot of money. We've got to keep investing in our economy as well, if possible. Mainly away from the fighting. I think what we will do is we'll actually have these Belgian grenadiers as well for the Vaux here.
Monsieur.
Got some really strong forces, but these 3 rear line infantry can probably be moved into Ney's force to complement them. We do have the Netherlanders here as well, and that's going up as well, which is excellent to see. I think we need to invest as well in here. What about this here? Factory. Love to get that cobble roads, but we can't afford that at the moment. Is there anywhere else here? No, we are at peace with Sardinia. I think we need to increase just to make sure we increase our army here. Now Messina has got some good line infantry here, but I think we need to put some more additional. Got the grenadiers, which we can't move out at the moment. Got skirmishers. We are restricted quite considerably here of what we can do. Probably some skirmishers would do as well. To ambush. Now what's the composition like here of the army? And Messina is a very good general indeed. We've only got one. Is that... excuse me, my friends. Is that... oh no, that's just not foot artillery either. Heavy cavalry cuirassiers. They're going to be the backbone here. I think we're going to go primarily... what is his forte? Aggressive attacker. And superior general. And he's steady under fire. An aggressive attacker. So he doesn't have any sort of particular strengths in terms of a particular cavalry or infantry general, but I think we do need to keep increasing. I think we'll have a skirmisher here, just to add some variety to it here as well, and just add a little bit of oomph. Let's go to here 564. We've got to be very careful what we're doing here, very careful indeed. And of course, with the Dutch being cut off here, and we've lost a good amount of our trade there. It's a shame we can't get peace with Britain, but it's not going to happen. It's really is brutal with them. And Russia as well, not friendly with us one iota. We can't get any more. We've got trade with pretty much everybody we can possibly get at the moment. But again, this is going to be just a waiting game at the moment, friends. I know this just seems to be a little bit of a... oh. He's being moved... oh, the army here has shrunk here. Light cavalry, heavy cavalry, and heavy... oh gosh, and light cavalry as well. So I'm confident that Napoleon could take Munich without really probably much problems at all. But then again, we mustn't underestimate our enemy. That's going to be an absolute... that's going to be a main problem. I think we'll have Devoe here. Once he's at full strength, we've got these forces moving down. Aha! So these veterans here are going to be moving into Napoleon's army here. And then the infantry, line infantry, will be moving into Devoe here. And we'll start trying to increase some of these forces. We have these Belgian grenadiers moving into Devoe's force. Can we get one by the looks of it? Yes, we can. That's only militia. Look at these. The Bourbon. Oh yes, we might get some of those. Look at that. They look fantastic. So again, just going to increase. Ooh, Belgian heavy cav. Dragoons. Look at that, 997. That's a staggering amount of money. But again, steady as she goes at the moment. I know many councils saying Mali should be attacking Munich, but Munich will come. We will take Munich. Fear not, my friends. We need to take Munich for our economy as well. They've barely got any growth here, and just one here in the growth. But that's a good income there, that is. And what's the... Ooh, they've just about got that under control. Still -3 though, so they can have a couple of... Look at that. No income from that at all. Hopefully they'll keep those armies, with the revolts will keep appearing here and keeping this force pinned down. Taking them a while to replenish. Because that's what we need. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Austria moving more down into northern Italy here, southern Italy, beg your pardon. We've got them increasing that there. They know what's coming probably. But they haven't any move against us there. Britain's probably going to hit somewhere else, or is it? No, it's not. The Austrians moving through to Hanover. Oh, that's a monstrous force, sir. Oh, good grief. Now that's a powerful force. That's something to be afraid of right there. Portugal, which I haven't seen much of yet, but the Dutch, the Ottomans, I beg your pardon. That's a strong Ottoman force. Now Spain has not really been doing much in terms of helping us, but that's their prerogative, of course. Okay, 1 or 2 regiments moving in here. It would be nice if they send in a full force. Now that would be something to behold, especially if they helped us against the Austrians. But I think they've got their own problems to deal with. And I think they might be trying to get Gibraltar off the British. Now that would be an absolute boon. Ooh, excellent. We need to get this gentleman into here to help.
Aha, un lieu d'apprentissage et de culture.
Abolition of the Inquisition. Not just yet. I think we're going to try and get a Grand Battery here. Colonial funding. I think that also will help. So I think what we will do is we'll go for colonial funding here to try and reduce. We've got to try and reduce the recruitment costs for everything here. Ooh, 2739, even better. So we're not going to. Look at all these gentlemen here. We've got an absolute plethora here of. That's why everything takes just a few years to go through here. That's going to take a long time. Modern rifles, so. General Staff. Now, how is skirmishes there? National Census. Ah. Now we should be increasing. We've got nothing here at all. What's coming off there? That's coffee. Coffee 17. That's pretty low. Let's just see what's down here a second. I know if we join this here it won't be much, but we've got to be careful of any enemy fleets. Ah, see there. We'll join this fleet here. Now we've got, look at that, more cuirassiers here. So Murat is getting some real cavalry heavy here. We also need to consider, we get 3 of 11 there. We get Hussards here, but all the other sort of elite forces here. We will need additional troops just to be able to maintain. We'll get 2 more regiments here, and then that just to increase the capacity here. So Murat can have Murat will have, but the majority of Murat's army will be cavalry, but we do need some infantry as well. Now, cobble roads in Paris are finished. That's excellent, and the farm here as well is done. So that's going to reduce cavalry in the region. That's excellent to see. Yes, and it has gone down substantially. Where else can we invest here? Musket. I think we'll get a musket here. This because it will reduce the recruitment costs in this region, which means Belgian Belgian troops, which we do need for the Eastern Front, will be reduced significantly. So we'll actually increase. We'll also get plus there. We have to be very, very careful what we're doing here. And again, we will have to increase. Now we've got skirmishers coming in very soon. Got to keep that there. Hopefully there'll be another rebellion. There should be. Yes, there could be another rebellion here. The crackdown's going to end soon, and they haven't replenished or repaired any of these yet. I do have basic roads being built here. It's a shame that the Swiss aren't moving against anybody. Got to keep an eye on what's going on here. What were the additional forces they moved into here? It looks like it's just line infantry. Another Austrian here. Chevaliers. And who have they got here? Just the general staff here. Will they be enough to deal with Napoleon? I'm not sure, but we're almost getting now to full strength in some of these regiments here. They're starting now to fill out. You look at these are at full strength. The cavalry is going to take a much longer time here to be ready. These gentlemen will be moved to Devoe, and these will be joining. Gentlemen, and Bavarians. Got the veteran here. Got Bavarian. No, I think we'll have. Anybody else going to be able to match them? No, there's not. So we've got. Oh, look at that. We've got Bavarian Chevaliers. No, we'll have this regiment here moving in. Now that there is a powerful force. That's an incredibly powerful force that Napoleon has now assembled. Thanks to the council. The council are the ones that have done it.
Monsieur.
The army here of Ney, I beg your pardon, also needs to be increased, but we can't do it just yet. We've got plenty here. We've got grenadiers here as well. Plenty of cannon options open here as well. We won't be taking them just yet. I think we might use Ney and have quite a lot of artillery from Ney. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. Austria's sending more forces, but away from us now. Unusual. But we will be moving against. Oh, look at that! That's a monstrous force there. Britain's moving away here. Oh, goodness, that's going to hit us hard. But they've opened up the other trade route, which is not too bad. Look at those Prussian forces, man. They could wipe out the floor with anybody, to be honest with you. Who are they going to move against? Oh. Now we're going to have to decline that. We can't join the war against them. I know that's going to go against what, but we just can't. We can't join it. We don't have any forces to really take it on Hessen either. We don't want to get bogged down to that war. Excuse any noise in the background, my friends. You'll probably guess who that might be. Now I know that Prussia might not be happy with that, but if they're going to have a war with Hessen, they've got to take it themselves. And once they've taken Hessen, that would be another force dealt with there. What's Portugal going to do here? Bavaria. So I push them out. Leave them in there. The Ottomans. Excuse me, noise in the background, my friends. You can probably guess who that might be. So we're just walking up. If we could take Munich and Innsbruck, we can move for fort, maybe Napoleon down into northern Italy and deal with the Austrians once and for all. But look at the Spanish, they've got a massive force. I wonder if they're going to go for Gibraltar. If they were to take Gibraltar... It looks like that Brussels really is an absolute key anchor point here. Now, we do need to delve deeper. I think we'll send this spy down to Milan here. There is quite a powerful force here, operating in northern Italy here. 3387, my goodness me. Wow. Court of Appeals. 3,000, that's a lot of money. No, we don't. One more cavalry unit, I think, will do us well here. Just in case so we can counter any artillery. Hussards. We've got light cavalry here. We've got... Oh my goodness me, they are... Escadron de la Garde. I say these gentlemen are the best by a country mile here. One of these. And another line infantry. We've got to be careful what we're doing here with... Oh yes. We've got an additional force in here, which is good. 2 skirmishers. If we can get this army to full strength, I will be pretty confident of us holding against these. But look at that, they've managed to replenish repair. Oh, they've brought that firmly under control now. And that army now is at full strength. Oh, look at the Spanish here. Okay, Antwerp's blockaded. We've got another one here as well, which is excellent to see. This vineyard here. Oh, banking house. I think we'll go for this. It's a lot of money, 9 turns. But my goodness me, that will be a huge boost to our economy. There's a lot of money to spend, I realise, but that's going to help us no end. Now, how is... We're getting there slowly, my friends. We're slowly getting there. Bit by bit, all of these regiments now are starting to really move into position. Look at that. Napoleon could call on anybody he wants here, but we've got to do this absolutely by the book.
Votre humble serviteur. Monsieur, vos ordres? Oh.
There's Ney here. The Devoe, beg your pardon, I always get them confused. I wonder if we can get any additional forces soon from the border here. We can't. There's not really many here. The Bourbon. We shall send the Belgian force down here into with Devoe here. They can join the Netherlands forces here. And that one is Belgian force as well. We'll send another Belgian regiment into Devoe. We're going to build Devoe up here. It looks like we're at peace with Hessen, but I've got a feeling that Prussia are effectively going to absolutely blitzkrieg them, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to take much for them to drop them down quite. Army Staff College and also Supreme Courts. We're staying out of this war. We've got enough on our plate here. We could have joined the war, but this Hessen force here, we've got enough on our plates here with Austria. As soon as Napoleon's force is ready, we're going to move against Munich. Right, let's end the turn here, my friends. How long for our one more turn? That'll increase our income as well. It's not too bad. Trade unions possibly here as well. Metric system. Sorry about that, my friends. Now, as we can see here, there's semaphore lines, dialectics, national propaganda. We're going to focus on these here. Now we've got abolition of Inquisition. We do need to start moving to military more as well. That'll definitely help. We might go for improved coppering eventually, top gallants as well, but not yet. Mass mobilisation, look at that. That will help as well, driving down the cost. And inspire of unit ability as well, that'll be fantastic. So we might go for that next. That's only 4, it's going to take us 4 turns. We might do that as well. Requires astral sensors, which we have. So we might go for mass mobilisation, then go for grand battery. Logistics as well, that'll definitely help here as well. So we might go along this line here. We might go along this line here now. Metric system here, which we don't have just yet. Stabilised artillery, look at that, it's going to drive down by 5%. Plus 1 to militia morale, that'll definitely help as well, especially if we're holding a few enemy towns and cities, that will definitely help. But Napoleon is close, so close here to being ready to attack Munich. We will attack Munich as soon as he's ready. Munich will be attacked. We're not going to hold on. We do have Devoe here, which we are trying to put some Belgian forces into here. What have we got here? We can get cannon, but not just yet. We've got to be careful of our way of our money, because we're constantly under attack here, under siege from the British. We've got to be so careful. I think if we could just free up this here, this route here, really would be a huge boon to us. But this one open here, and they've closed off these, and they've hopefully the Dutch will move this and repair that there. One day Britain will pay for what they've done, but not just yet. We're going to let Prussia deal and do its own thing here. That will put them in touch and distance with us, but they already have here an ally of theirs. So we can have a look at how we are faring with them. We're friendly at the moment, plus 49, which is not too bad. Let's end the turn here. Hopefully we can move against the Austrians are moving out here towards Innsbruck by looks of it. I think they know what's coming. Oh, that's a big force there. My goodness me, they're not messing about here, the Austrians at all, are they? Oh, they freed that up there. Hang on a minute. Wait just a minute here. Why are the British suddenly pulling back here? Could be an invasion of some sort coming on here, I think. Those Spanish forces would absolutely just smash anything to pieces here. Looks like they're starting to send forces to help us. Just 2 regiments at the moment, but still better than nothing at the moment. Look at that. The Spanish really are building up towards something here. Is Gibraltar going to be the target? That's the key here. Oh, colonial funding. Excellent. Look at that. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Excellent, we've got a spy networks up here now. We'll know what's going on in the region here, so that's excellent to see, because he's been there for quite a while, of course. Can we sabotage the Court of Justice? We've got to be careful. I'd rather have the information, to be honest with you. There's no way that's going to succeed. Not a chance. The army isn't that powerful. It's not going to be able to match Napoleon's, but look at this. We're slowly starting to see all these forces come together now. Only the cavalry, but we might just leave the cavalry a little bit depleted, as it were. Right. Now these 2 regiments are going to be moved down to join Devoe here.
Comment puis-je vous aider?
Oh, that's going to be pretty tough.
Je change de position.
I think because we've got these strong forces here, I think we're going to start to increase our forces here in Torino. We are not going to be caught on the hop here at all. Oh, look at that. Those vineyards have been a huge help here. Now the banking system down here has been put into full there. Oh, look at that merchant house. I think we'll invest that merchant house there for definite. This has not actually got a link to anything. That's a dockyard here. That's increase. Ah, there's the increase. So what we will do is we will have one of those. I think we've. Let's defend these gentlemen here. In Wittenberg. A factory here for guns. That'll drop down the increase. The cost of guns here in this. That's 1,000. It'll also bring in regional wealth here. It'll also open up. Let's open up the factory here as well. That gives us 2,000. What's this? 5,150. Ooh. Oh, look at that. That's excellent. Now we do need to increase the army here. This army here is not going to repel whatever the British might throw at us. I've got a feeling the British might come for us. I think we'll have +6 morale. Look at that. We're needing cavalry units and a riding master. He really is an absolute. I think we're going to recruit cuirassiers. Now I've got grenadiers here. I'd like to just increase a little bit of backbone to this army here. So I know we've got the grenadiers. We'll get. I think we'll get one of these while we're at it. But I think we'll get the grenadiers here just to add some backbone to this army here. Got plenty of cavalry. And we will be putting these. The chasseurs at Pied will be sent to Napoleon's force as well from France. But again, we've got to be careful because suddenly the British have pulled out of here. But why? That's the main question. Why have they pulled out of there? Oh, I don't believe it. They've got the first. Wow. That's going to be a monster. Oh, goodness me. What? We're at war with the Ottomans? Plot thickens. I don't believe it. Why would... Oh, don't tell me we're going to have all of this against us now, and then we've got to do something here against Munich. I think we're going to strike against Munich. As soon as these are ready, hopefully these will be done now. The next time we're going to attack Munich. I think we'll bring Devoe's army in with them. We'll just move them down here ready. So they're next to Napoleon's force. We've got these two Grenadier regiment. Oh, that's a Grenadier regiment as well. And that's not too bad at all, is it? We've got these two being sent to with Devoe. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens. Oh no! Wait a minute. I think we're going to get mass mobilisation. It's going to take 4 turns. That will reduce that. And reduce that as well, but enables inspire unit ability, which would be absolutely fantastic. We have to take everything we can here. I wonder when they're going to attack Hessen here. They haven't done so. I'm glad we didn't join that war. We do have quite a good trade agreement with them as well here, but who knows what will happen there. That's not for us to worry about just yet. Now we do have some additional. We've got 3 units here going to be joining this army here. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold what we've got. Because that'll be a brutish fight, it really will. If it comes, skirmishers, chevaliers. Right, let's end the turn. We might move against Munich pretty soon here. Oh, look at that. They're increasing Innsbruck's pull there as well. That's going to be... Ooh. Okay, they're going to hit us as well. Yeah, there we go. There it is. That didn't last very long, did it? Very powerful. powerful forces moving against us here. What will Russia do? Nothing at the moment. Hopefully that beating we gave Russia will send them on the back foot there. Batavian. Hopefully they're going to start reinforcing here. Oh, imagine if they moved against Britain, that would be an absolute joy. And is Spain going to send more units our way? That would be fantastic, but no, it doesn't look like. No. Looks like we get a small contingent of grenadiers moving in to help us, but that's about it. I don't mind that at all. Still not bad at all there, is it? That coming in here. Now, how are we looking here? So close. So close here. I think one more turn will do it, my friends, but...
À votre service. Discrétion garantie. Je surveille. Oui. Marchez!
Actually, it'll suit us just right, because these gentlemen will move in, and we can then move Defoe's force. White States there. I'd like to try and keep this off the front line if possible. Again, investing in our infrastructure is going to be absolutely... Oh, look at that. -2 recruitment. I think we might get small arms faction. -3 for you. Wow. That's definitely going to be taken there. I'd like to try and keeping this force, this army here. If possible. What was that there? Great museum. Oh. Now that's wow. Now, surely not, sir. Surely not. Now, it might just be us worth investing in that next time around. Because that is a monster. Oh, you jest. You jest, sir. We might get the Great Museum for those units alone. Oh, wow. We definitely want to see. We've got grenadiers in here as well, but we would... Oh, Cuirassiers, sir. Yes. 8 turns. Ah, excellent. We're almost at full strength here. This is starting now to be quite a wonderful army here. We might get some hussards. They are definitely looking to increase here. We are not without. That's a powerful force we've got. If we can take Munich, it'll rip an absolute hole here in the front lines. And we're going to send Devoe in with us here. We've got these Belgian troops here moving in with them, especially these Legion Belge Grenadiers. Very nice indeed, sir. Court of Appeal. What about Military Academy, which would... Oh, now just wait a minute, sir. Oh, look at that. Dragoons. Very nice indeed, sir. And Garde Nationale. Lots of Belgian. I like the specific, as the council have advised, very sort of regional specific units, which is really nice to see. We need to keep investing in our economy as well, but we don't have that much money now to do it. We should do so. We will probably look to be increasing wine estates as well. The market is 5 turn mission house. I beg your pardon. That's quite a ways off just yet, but that will increase our income considerably. We're also looking to drop our army upkeep as much as possible by bringing in the research and technology to do so. Mass mobilization will help. Right, let's end the turn. If Napoleon's army is ready this turn, then we are going to move against Munich. It's almost ready. No, the cavalry isn't at full strength yet, but These should be at full strength then we can move against Munich and move into those forces as well as a backup, just in case this Innsbruck garrison here moves against us. Looks like they've brought in one of the absolute finest generals here, because that wasn't there at the moment, so they've moved a real powerful general in there. If we can get these forces in here into here as well, then that will be a huge help. Let's end the turn, then we might move against Munich. Oh, they're moving to Innsbruck, and they're sending additional forces in here. This is going to be the absolute titanic battle here. So here it comes, there it is. We were expecting it, and there it is, my friends. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. They've got a lot. They've got militia here as well. They've got a lot of cannon. They don't have. They've got grenadiers. German grenadiers. Lots of grenadiers here. We've also got some grenadiers ourselves here, but we do have. And they've brought up Johann von Heile. This is going to be a really tough fight. We cannot hold back here. We have to go for this. But this will be a tilt, and we might use the militia here to soak up any damage. We might put the militia in the front line here to soak up any damage. I know the council have called for that in the past, where we use the militia as sort of almost a meat shield, for want of a better word, and that way then that would sort of pretty much cut down the damage done to the main force, which would of course hold on. We would do as much damage as we possibly could to these, and then attack. They've got a lot of cannon though. We do have the cuirassiers here, which is heavy cavalry, but they do have the cuirassiers themselves as well. We do have light infantry, light cavalry units here, but again, we have to use them very sparingly. But the cannon here is going to do a huge amount of damage to us. But we have to take this fight. We've got no choice. We have to hold this fight off, and then we are going to attack Munich, and we are going to attack Innsbruck as well. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. The next episode is going to be quite a fight. It's going to be a real brutal fight, but your strategy, your tactics, as always, my friends, are going to prove absolutely vital to us once again. So please keep your comments coming down below, my friends. Your strategies, your tactics, your plans are going to be absolutely crucial here. Do we use the militia as a meat shield, as the council has called on before, keeping these intact, doing as much damage as we can to these main forces here, and then striking hard here, because of course we can't reinforce that well here. It's going to be pretty tough here to hold on to Torino. But if this force is broken, we might be able to even eventually hold our own and strike back. But we are going to be aiming for Munich next time. That is for definite, my friends. But anyway, thank you all for your wonderful advice and support, my friends, on the last episode. And I know that your advice for this one will be equally exemplary. Whatever you do, my friends, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.